Okay, I see a Victorian version of Fair Lady and a palace guard.
Yes.
Why?
Well, we've got Lady Oscar, the sort of palace guard, who's from Rose of Versailles, which was the famous 1970s girls comic, manga, which then inspired theatrical troupes like Takarazuka and also inspired cosplayers, costume players, who dress up as characters from manga and anime and video games. So these are actually from a couple of American cosplayers who've been very much involved in this, and so they brought in a range of their different outfits that they had made.
I just wanted to kind of touch with American cosplayers and especially the American Gothic Lolita scene. It seems to me that, I guess because of the size difference in buying dresses from Japan because they're too small for the average American person, it seems to me that would you say that the American Gothic Lolita scene is becoming a mini cottage industry in a way?
Well, I think that, again, as with all subcultural scenes, they tend to start out as a mini cottage industry. And although something like Baby the Stars Shine Bright is a big business in Japan, you're quite right that those clothes are too small for most American would-be Lolitas. But then there are North American and Canadian companies that are coming up with sort of small companies coming up with larger sizes. I'm surprised in a way that more Japanese companies don't A, make it easier to buy the clothes, and B, do some larger sizes, because there is definitely a growing interest in Lolita and Gothic Lolita culture in the West.
Do you feel that the Gothic Lolita style has permeated in, let's say, this year's New York Fashion Week and some elements of some of the top designers coming out with ensembles?
I don't really see any particular influence on this season in New York, no. I think what the show indicates is more in general, Western designers are interested in going to Tokyo and seeing the latest fashion, high fashion, street style stores, because they get inspired by it.
Okay, out of this whole entire collection, what are some of your most favorite pieces that you treasure?
Well, it's very difficult to choose favorites, but I mean, things that I covet that I would like to get the designers to sell to me would be some of the undercover pieces, some of the phenomenon pieces. I'm very pleased that we were able to acquire so many street style things. I would love to be able to get Hangry and Angry's outfits.
There's some gorgeous looking menswear here.
Menswear is one of the most exciting categories of Japanese fashion, and I wanted to make sure that we had enough in the show. It's always neglected, and yet if you go to Tokyo Fashion Week, you see so many great shows. So, I mean, I wanted to make sure John Lawrence Sullivan was here, and Hollywood, who just showed in New York, Mihara Yasuhiro, Factotum, and back of me, Phenomenon also. That was, I think, one of the most exciting shows that I saw at last Tokyo Fashion Week. It was the first live fashion show by Phenomenon, and I was really impressed. It's inspired by garage rock, insects, and a variety of other sort of weird sources of inspiration, but it's a fantastic collection.
What would you say, stylistically wise, what makes Japanese menswear so exciting as compared to their Western contemporary designers?
Well, I think that Japanese menswear designers are very much inspired by a lot of Western styles. There's often a real obsession. John Lawrence Sullivan really interested in British fashion and Savile Row, for example, British menswear.
Of course.
And someone like Big O at Phenomenon, really interested in garage rock. Other people who really troll through American vintage denim and workwear. So I think you've got this tremendous interest in Anglo-American menswear styles, but then it's somehow given a twist which makes it uniquely Japanese. And it's hard to put a finger on what exactly it is. But I think the result is as Japanese as Sony, but it's drawing on all kinds of Anglo-American precedents.
Would you say maybe some of the fabrics that are being used that are uniquely Japanese?
I wouldn't be at all surprised if a lot of the fabrics are Japanese, but I think it goes beyond that. It's some kind of sensibility.
Thank you so much, Dr. Steele.